Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemically Bonded. Let's go ahead and continue with Kiyoko's route. Morning sunlight seeping through the windows. The class settles down into state and silence as the usual study session begins. A usual atmosphere rife with conversation, gossip, and giggles now tranquil as we focus on the work before us. Well, most people. Having spent the day yesterday with Kiyoko, I can't help but think more about the relationship between the two of them. The world I'd happened to uncover all from opening one small door. It's a situation I could have expected to find myself in. What normal guy goes about his high school life trying to make people friends again? I really could be doing something else. But it's not as if I'd want to. Catching up with the scribbles on the chalkboard, I avert my eyes from the light and duck my head down into the book with haste. I really don't want to be caught out by the teacher. The striking of the bell marks the end of class once again. Previously muted chatter and gossip now spring fully back into action as the class erupts with noise. It's lunch, so no doubt something interesting is bound to happen. Recently, after having spent so much time with Kiyoko and Naomi, my daily life is always filled with uproar or cute moments which I'd miss if things revert to how they were before. Both of these girls are now a part of my life. They're my friends. I want them to be friends again too.
Not to me. I forgot my lunch money. What? Again? It's not my fault.
Walking through the convoluted room, classmates sprawling in, out, and around the room during the break. I approached Kiyoko's desk as usual to find herself focused intently on something in her hands. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix it.
Peering down towards the item, all I can see is a small plastic pipette embraced between her small, pale fingers. I'm not going to fix that.
I can.
The pipette, clearly bent out of shape, remains dented and twisted no matter how hard Kiyoko tugs and presses on it.
What if I tried biting it?
That's not going to work.
Whatever. I'll just get another one from the club room. I'll have to see you later. There's work to do.
That, or she just wants more time to try out the new goodies she bought yesterday, knowing all too well that I'd favor eating it over experiments. Alright. Do you want me to bring you back anything?
It's fine.
Not even an orange juice?
I brought my own.
Raising her hands in the usual happy manner, Kiyoko smiles widely, shouting out her words energetically, enough so to get us a few looks. Still, seeing her like this really is sweet. Her cute, puffy cheeks gracing her silky brown hair. She takes a moment to finally tie it back in her trademark style.
I'll see you later.
I'll see you too. Leaving Kiyoko to her business, she treats me to one last glimpse of her cute, captivating smile before I head out into the corridor. The sounds of students still present remain muffled behind the walls as I make my way down the now emptying corridors. It's no surprise to be late to lunch, but it's not as if I really mind. What with Naomi being one to prowl the school during lunch breaks, maybe I can actually find her and tell her what I've learned from Kiyoko. It's either that, or the desire to speak to her herself pushing me further towards the cafeteria. As usual, the cafeteria is full of life as the people around gather at tables to eat and talk, their daily routines. The stragglers, like myself, left to fend for the remaining food they can get as the noise within the room increases to that of typical school levels. The now afternoon sun, not beating through the windows, leaving me famished for a drink as I stroll leisurely towards the vending machines. To be honest, I need something to refresh myself after dealing with all the commotion this past week.
Where do you think you're going?
Stopping me in my path, I almost choke as Naomi speaks up, grabbing me by the collar as she does so. Her skin, briefly skirting across the back of my neck, is still as soft as I'd expected it to be. Considering this was the girl who had a problem even looking at me, she seems awfully comfortable confronting me with the most of the school as her audience. I'm going to get a drink.
Here.
Thrusting a bottle into my hands, the chill of the drink and the warmth of her hands mixed to create a unique sensation at my fingertips. Her face, showing what's now a commonly embarrassed expression, is shyly shifted away from my own as she continues to speak up.
Come with me. Please.
Naomi, now tugging on my sleeve, looks up with a shyly woeful expression. A look of coating her face that I'd rather not see, in contrast to her usual beauty. Even if I do face her wrath, her usual insults and jabs, I can't deny that she is rather attractive. She didn't top both the guys and the girls' lists for no reason. Walking along with her, my eyes catch the heads of various people in the room tilt towards us. Sure, it's not that many. Our presence doesn't go unheeded in the room, a true reflection of Naomi's popularity. Despite spending so much time with her, despite getting so close to her, I can't see her as the person I thought she was anymore. Someone who is unreachable by the likes of me, a superstar, the popular girl, I'd always thought she could get any guy she wanted, and she can. It's not as if she wanted to. Walking out into the corridor, Naomi once again speaks up, a voice I'm used to and rather fond of hearing.
We should probably go somewhere quiet. I want to talk.
About what?
Come on. It's not as if you don't know by now. I want to talk about Kiyoko.
I did. It's always good to ask. Continuing on the past array of classrooms, my weary eyes watch out through the glass trying to spot out the very girl in both our minds. It's evident she'd find out eventually. She'd find out all about the type of relationship I've had with Naomi. Then we become friends. As the afternoon light pierces through it the tiny slithers of the window along the corridor, Naomi's grip slides down from my sleeve and towards the embrace of my hand. A nervous feeling. She's shaking. The warmth she's held inside her, shaking about in my palm, grows ever closer as all she does continue to tighten her already fierce, lonely grip.
This way.
Trailing around the school, we find ourselves bursting through the main doors into the fresh air outside. The world fading into silence, as the sounds of students grow ever so muffled in the building behind us. The warmth of the sun complements Naomi's own, as both of us are graced by a passing spring breeze. Her hair, swaying softly in the wind, shines in the sunlight as she stands with her back towards my eyes. Are you sure we're even allowed out here? The question flies past her, instead of blank response as she continues to stare off into the distance. I guess now isn't the time for our usual back and forth routine. This is the real Naomi. I want to talk about her, right?
No. I just wanted to ask how your day was. Of course it's about her.
Turning to face, Naomi's eyes are filled with sadness seldomly seen from her, yet one I come to know. Her lips remain firm, locked in a sorrow-filled frown as they glisten in the light, matching the teardrops hanging from her eyes. Taking a short breath, words once again start flowing from her heart.
I just really want things to be normal again. I don't know what to do.
It's kinda granted that our plan, our attempts to unravel Kiyoko's heart and tie with her own, haven't been working out as well as we'd hoped. The feelings Kiyoko holds are locked behind the thoughts of betrayal, regret, and sorrow that separated them in the first place. The belief she can't forgive her. But, as long as those feelings are there, there's always a chance. I can understand.
What makes you say that?
Naomi's face fills with a mix of hope and confusion. Tears still occasionally falling from her face as she wipes at her eyes with her sleeve. With her blazer being battered about by the breeze, she really does look beautiful, even if it's a beauty filled with sadness. I have been talking to her. Wasn't that the reason you asked for my help? It's not as if I didn't want to. I wanted to see you happy.
But, Kiyoko...
Her voice now filling further with despair, Naomi averts her eyes away as if to hide her emotions from my sight. An act of reservation from a girl usually dominating the world around her. Naomi, this whole time, has just been fragile. The heart inside her, broken, has only just begun to bleed with true emotion. Kiyoko was just upset at the time, wouldn't you be? It's been hard to forgive you, having been thrust into loneliness. You were there for her, but do you think she could see that? Would it really have been clear for her? She just needs time to see the truth. She needs to see you really matter to her. Naomi lifts her head, only slightly, from its sunken state, so that to see she's crying. If you were truly friends before, I'm sure Kiyoko would be more than willing to forgive you, but she's had time to gather her thoughts. You just need to keep trying. Now in full view, Naomi's tear-coated face catches the sunlight, teardrops sparkling the sun like diamonds. All that comes for her are whimpers and ragged breaths. She finally opens her eyes. A deep ocean of azure, glossed over the shine of tears as she wipes them away. Teardrops soaked into her shirt and sleeves.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
I bet you had no idea that things ran this deep between us. Did you?
It's not as if I didn't want to help. Not just for Kiyoko's sake, but more importantly your own.
I don't need you looking down on me.
I'm not. I've been through this with you, haven't I? I just want to see you happy.
Thank you.
At those words, Naomi continues to wipe away the sadness from her face, quickly gathering composure. Seeing her like this is captivating. Her heart being truly made clear as her feelings are released from their cage. She really is something.
Anyway, we should probably head back inside before people see us. Class will start soon.
Are you still concerned about being seen today together? I thought by now that she'd stop caring.
I mean that the teachers will see us here. You idiot!
For once, it actually took effort for an intel to get out. A sign of sweeter things. Smiling softly towards me, Naomi's lips are marked with the faint redness from where she'd been biting them. Yet, still adds to her beauty, a sign of the trouble she's had to deal with for so long. Despite her call to head out inside, we still stand here together, basking in each other's presence.
I'll try to talk to her again, but it might take me some time too.
Ending her sentence with yet another smile, all I can do is enjoy the moment as Naomi continues to talk softly. A new tone of voice, one different to the hostility I'd gotten so used to. It sounds beautiful.
You know, the science labs look over the entrance, right?
Perhaps she's been watching us the entire time.
Saying it jokingly, topping her thoughts with a laugh, Naomi's carelessness doesn't go unheeded in my mind as I reflect back over last week's events.
The lab looks over the school entrance. You two were there yesterday. Together.
Maybe. With her eyes now wider, filled with newfound passion, Naomi closes the gap between us, resting her hand upon my shoulder.
But we should really head inside. The bell rang a while ago.
What? Returning with a giggle, Naomi skips ahead towards me. Skips ahead of me towards the entrance, leaving me no other option but to chase her. Caught up in a trance as we both hurtled back to class like the diligents we are, being together like this, we do really seem like friends. We are friends. It's something I can be happy about. The feelings inside me now nestling, knowing that all we can do now is look towards the future. If we weren't friends, she wouldn't have let me see her cry. The only other person I can think she'd let see that is Kiyoko. Afternoon classes come to an end. A figurative sigh of relief emanates from the surroundings as class breaks out into lethargy. The teacher, not really caring to dismiss us, ends class with a sigh of her own as she goes through her typical routine of addressing the work we're supposed to do at home. Yet, right now, all that's on my mind are the thoughts of two girls entwined together. Despite having that bond broken, or so I thought, the relationship is hard to break. Naomi and Kiyoko, both missing the role they had together, spending time with one another as friends. As the sun seeps through the windows, a tranquil look of calmness fills the room as specks of dust sparkle in the air. The shadows of passing students, slicing through the light as I too joined in and raising from my seat. Moving my feet in rhythm, I make my way towards Kiyoko's desk before stopping with a moment's hesitation. She looks low. Having just dealt with one outburst from Naomi, having a day full with sorrow really wouldn't be invigorating. Are you okay?
No, it's all over.
What?
They kicked me out of the lab. I'm not allowed back in till tomorrow.
Why's that? Go on. Hesitating briefly, Kyoko's face becomes increasingly flustered as she looks down towards her desk. Such a tranquil sight quickly springs back to that of Kyoko's energetic self.
Drop the flask, okay? There. There's now a hole in the floor. It had acid in.
And you didn't get expelled for that. Why?
Because they called me a good girl. Or something like that. Just to keep getting good grades.
Alright. Where would we be without her? Seeing how good her grades really are firsthand would be something to witness, but with midterms right around the corner. Yet, my own question leaves me wondering what such a world would be like, where I'd be without Kiyoko.
Hey.
Sorry, what? I guess I zoned out.
I said that the club's not cancelled. We can always do other stuff, right?
Her enthusiastic nature is enough to draw the attentions of the odd classmates, the stragglers still dwindling around the room despite class being long over. Guess the two of us count too. Still, as Kiyoko smiles blissfully towards me, hair caught up in the afternoon sun, I can only think of responding. I can't leave such a bright face waiting. What were you thinking?
Well, would you like to get a drink? We can always figure things out down there.
Alright. Kiyoko, with yet another captivating smile, raises from her seat with explosive passion, almost enough to knock the chair over as it slides across the smooth floor with a screech. Covering her ears, Kiyoko comically scrunches her face in discomfort. That was your fault, you know.
What? I can't hear you.
Taking Kyoko's hands in my own, bring them down to her side. Our palms meeting briefly as Kiyoko stares towards me before quickly shifting her eyes away. The brief glimpse of her whirled as her chocolate eyes met my own.
I mean, come on. Let's go.
The short distance between Kyoko's desk and the door soon finds us shrunk together down the corridor. Only the occasional person passing by, as the remainder of students find themselves either entwined in club activities or heading home. It's a life I was once familiar with, leaving class without any desire to further my time here. The bustling crowds quickly fading the quiet streets as I continue my day with no other plans but to spend time with myself. Now that world has changed, I have Kiyoko. So, what's your plan after this?
Plan?
What do you want to do after getting a drink? Quizzically tilting her head ever so cutely, Kiyoko returns my question with one of her own. Something so rare, the action itself catches me off guard, let alone her very words.
I don't know. Would it be okay to say I'm fine with spending time with you? It doesn't matter what we do.
The pale shade of red on her cheeks, still a sign of her hushed embarrassment, as the sound of our steps continued dancing together between the confined walls. By now she's probably learned to curb such expression over a simple question between friends. Yet, as I learned over the span of these several days, it's not like I didn't want to see us go further than that. There's something missing. Well, we'll think of something. You're clever, right?
I'm not that smart. There are plenty of things I don't know. Plenty of things I want to.
As we approach the stairwell taking us deeper into the school, towards the cafeteria, Kiyoko's words hang out in the air as her sound is replaced with that of our footsteps once again.
Hi! I don't have enough!
With Kiyoko staring in awe at the machine before her, we both remain locked in a trance as neither of us continues breaking the ice of the conversation. Instead, the brief moments of silence gives way to the sounds of club activities in the distance. Cheers and shouts, mixed in with the sounds of musical clubs for the melody we become accustomed to at this time of day. For so many people, to be standing here as a pair takes my mind away from the possibilities which could have been laid before us, for me. Kiyoko, not being such a major part of my routine, our relationship has become the norm, shifting away a life which was once filled with apathy and bitterness. With all the people out there, I was sure to be one of them too. Well, the girl is now so present within my routine. Both girls now so present in my mind. Do you want any change?
Really? You do that?
Of course. Quickly slipping my hand into my pocket, my fingertips are met with the cool metal of loose coins as they make their way to Kiyoko's warm palm. Releasing them from my grip, her face lights up with joy as she turns back to the machine and slides them in.
There!
An audible thud springs out from the machine as a small ball of juice lands in the tray below. Kiyoko's expression, turning from one already full of happiness to that of one overflowing with joy. Cracking open the seal, the ball presses against her pink lips as she takes a long sip before pausing to turn to me. Traces of juice still lingering around her mouth as her lips shine in the light from above.
Do you want some? You did. I'll buy it after all.
What?
I mean, do you want a sip?
Yeah, I knew that. That's a pretty direct way of asking for an indirect kiss.
Eh?
Like a beacon, her cheeks quickly glow a shade of crimson as she pushes her eyes to avoid ours meeting together.
You mean we?
It's a saying. There's no need to get so worked up by it. Thinking about it now really makes me a little flustered too.
Still, with you, I wouldn't mind. Sharing the drink that is.
Her face continues to plunge further into the abyss of crimson. Yet I too can feel the warmth of my blood being pushed up to my cheeks. My heart, beating rhythmically, certainly feels faster than normal around her. Well, pass it here then. Trying to muster up some sort of composure, Kiyoko slowly passes the ball towards me with a slim, flushed look coating her face. Her usual pale cheeks now glowing red as I take the ball in my hand. Orange juice?
It's the best.
Her eyes briefly skirt away from my own, before returning back towards me as I slowly lift the half-drunk ball towards my mouth. With nothing but the sounds of other clubs gracing our ears in this empty hall, the entire situation is being extremely overplayed by the both of us. In one swoop motion, the rest of the drink flows down my throat as Kiyoko's face quickly turns from one of sheepishness to shock.
You drink it all?
I thought that's what you wanted, right? Half each?
No! I just wanted you to try some. Nothing else.
Kiyoko shyly peers away from me, less angered by the fact I'd finished her drink, but embarrassed by the fact that I drank it. I would guess sharing a drink with each other is too much for her. As we both bask in another round of silence, I watch over her as she fidgets with her fingers with her eyes pointed towards her feet. Seeing her this embarrassed, this reluctant to talk, it really is different from our usual time together. So, Kiyoko,
Yeah?
why did you form the club?
Haven't you already asked this?
I'm not sure, but even so I'd still like to hear it. Focusing back towards me, Kyoko's eyes hold a faint look of reminiscence as she breathes softly amidst the lingering silence. Her nervousness all too apparent as she looks deep within my eyes before turning her own away once again.
Well, I've always wanted to focus on academics. I want to go to university. But I want to share that passion with people too. When I joined the athletics team, someone shared their passion with me. I wasn't even a good runner. I wasn't really interested in that first, really. But that desire to share what I love, she taught me that. Naomi. That's why I'm glad. Someone finally joined. I'm glad you're here.
Looking back at me with a smile, a trace of crimson still masks Kyoko's cheeks as she resumes fidgeting with her fingers. It's a cute smile, one which I can cherish. It's a smile of sincerity. Well, I'm glad that you feel that way. Seeing her like this, it's not as if I can hold my composure either. Not that good at science. I don't really know much, but I'm happy to be a part of the club.
Really? That makes me happy.
Letting loose another smile filled with warmth, Kyoko pirouettes around, her hair swiftly gliding through the air as she returns her gaze back to me. This time, her embarrassed and sheepish expression is nowhere to be seen as she looks on with a friendly grin. That nervousness once radiating from within her replaced with a newfound confidence.
Well, there's not really much we can do. We should probably head home.
I wouldn't mind spending more time with you, but you're right. Responding to her own set of smiles with one of my own, Kiyoko peers back with a look of resolve deep within her eyes. Our time together, despite now coming to an end, has only just started in the long run. Can't feel myself giving up on this feeling. I'm going to meet her by chance. The fact that our friendship has progressed this far in such a short span of time ignites deep-rooted passions within me. Having had no real ambition or drive, seeing the level of zeal within her heart makes me question the feelings in my own. I want her to be happy. I want to help restore her relationship with Naomi. Yet as we walk down the corridor together in silence, I can't help but think I want more than that. Captivated by the dust floating sunlight along the windowsill, I stare blankly towards the scene outside as spring leaves flutter on the trees outside. The singing of the birds in the distance bringing a subtle melody into this otherwise silent room. It's such a state of tranquility right at my doorstep. It'd be wrong to not delve in thought with such a benign opportunity to do now present. It's the same old story that's been weaved into my life the past week. The The story of two girls lies in turmoil as their hearts both bleed with regret for past mistakes and misunderstandings. All I can do is question my own position in this story. Having constantly been looking in as a bystander, what am I to gain out of the situation? A newfound friendship with two of the school's most famous girls? It's hard to know whether that's really what I really wanted. Having been given an outlet to pursue some kind of aspiration, I can't help but feel Occam's razor itself shave away at my own situation as I ponder my own reasoning. I'm with them because I like them. It's that simple. Knowing this, the desire to continue my friendship with both is unquenchable as I stare back at my own reflection in the window as the sun continues to set. Maybe this is what I'd been looking for all along. Having only met Kiyoko not so long ago, it's strange to think about how far we come together. A girl captivated by the world around her, to know that she finds some sort of interest in me is a warm thought. Once seeing her as a mysterious, sensitive girl, plagued by rumors and speculation, I come to know her as a happy, energetic girl surrounded by tribulations. No matter what it is, the feelings inside my heart are more than enough to make me understand why I enjoy spending so much time with her. Yet through spending time with her, I come to observe moments of sadness shine through her bright personality, the scars of a relationship with Naomi. For such wounds to heal, coming days now rely solely on Naomi's action to make things right again, to restore those bonds. I want to be able to help them. As my thoughts continue to well in my mind, the rigid wood of my chair meets my back as I stretch the stiffness out of my muscles. Evening light continues to seep through the windows before me, lying in my personal sanctuary dimly as I once again stare towards nature's canvas beyond me. The sounds of nature resonate from outside. The state of tranquility is soon disrupted with chimes from my pocket as my phone shakes about inside. I guess answering it will give me something to do. Staring at the screen as the phone continues to ring, the absence of any recognizable name is more than enough to pique my wavering interest. Besides Naomi and Kiyoko, I can't imagine anyone else who'd call me at this hour. One to tap on the screen is all that I'll take to find out. Hello?
Hello, is this the Pizza Palace?
Pizza Palace? What kind of name is that?
Wait, is this who I think it is?
Chitose? From class?
Ah, I didn't know you worked at Pizza Palace.
I don't. You're on my cell. Frankly, I'd argue the term cell phone is becoming dated. Yet right now I can hardly consider it a major concern. On the other end of the line is one of my classmates, who I fondly recall calling me a loser.
I must have typed it in wrong. Anyway, I haven't got time for this. Have fun with Kiyoko.
Wait. Chitose remains on the line, now permeating with a brief moment of silence. What's your problem with her? Ever since her scathing attacks against me, I couldn't help but think about Kyoko's own relationship with our classmates. Having seen the extent to which the rumors surrounding her have gone, it's something I can't stop myself from asking.
I don't have one. It's just... You've heard the rumors, right? How could someone like her show up the rest of the team by cheating? Someone like her doesn't deserve to be by now.
No. Naomi, can't consider that surprising. Given her popularity, it's not unreasonable that such speculation surrounding her relationship has ignited the flames of gossip ever since that race. If people truly think Kiyoko cheated, Naomi's die-hard fans Surely has something to say about it. Chitose must be one of them.
Just... I'll see you in class tomorrow. Probably.
Falling to silence once again, our call answered nothing but confusion lingering within the depths of my mind. It's strange to think how much influence two fairly ordinary girls have over the rest of the students in the school. Chitose probably likes Naomi. Many people do. Regardless, as the evening sky continues to fade into darkness, exhaustion itself catches up with me as I once again crack my joints and stretch. With a new day ahead, anticipation for the future swells in my heart as the rhythmic path of my life continues in some undefined direction. No matter what lies before me, there's no doubt in my mind that it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to getting back into the science club.
I thought you were here to join the science.